Hello there everyone, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Tour de France 2021 playthrough with the Ineos Grenadiers. Today it is time for the second stage of the Tour de France, and in yesterday's video we saw Brest to London. Now it was the Grand Depart and we won the opening stage with Adam Yates. It was a good day for us. Kwiatkowski also got into the top 10 with Bernal and Gegenhardt in the top 20 as well. So a very good day for us, and today it is time for a second stage. Again, a little bit of a hilly stage, but nothing too extreme. So we've got a good chance today of potentially getting some more points. But these few opening stages, I don't really think anything's going to happen significantly, and maybe until stage number 6 and 7. I remember in last year's edition that there was a big climb in stage number 2 that decided it. But as you can see this year, a few small climbs, but nothing too dramatic.
Today's route is hilly and a leg breaker. Perfect for attacking, which should suit the punches. Given that we're heading the general classification, we'll have to set the pace at the front of the peloton. For me, our lead should be enough to keep us out of danger. We should be able to get into the top 10 of the stage. But with this hilly route, there are ways to launch attacks from far out and surprise the favourites. Good race, guys. Go, go! Hello and welcome.
So 9 points on offer through the climbs today, but definitely a day for the punchers. Now, we've really got Bernal, who's our main man, and the rest of the guys are just solid teammates. So I don't think we've really got anybody as a punch. But I just wanted to focus on Adam Yates for the start of this stage. Of course, Adam Yates is the yellow jersey man. Just want to make sure we don't work with anyone, protect our leaders. Now, the game has had a first day patch, so a few nice little bits and pieces. And hopefully that little bit of a glitch with frame rate at the end of the stage shouldn't be an issue this time round. Yeah, it's pretty much flat all the way to the final circuit. You saw at the start that there's a few small climbs at the start, but nothing that's too dramatic. So, as it says there, the last climb is really where it will all be decided. A few guys going in the breakaway, but once again, I think today it's not going to be anything where we really go for it. Nice to see Valentin Medouas going for it, who, of course, we had in our My Team, or Pro Team career. I keep calling it My Team, our Pro Team career from last year, but I don't think there's going to be too much that we go for. You can see that the breakaway is going to be caught up pretty quickly. Here, and the peloton's going to come together, and it's really the second half of the stage where it becomes interesting. So the peloton are now all as one, so we've got a really good chance in this sprint to do something here. Take a potential 20 points. We are joint at the top of the points classification, but obviously we've got the yellow jersey, given that that is the bigger one. Now, what we did yesterday, which was a problem with this sprint, is we put a little bit too much effort into it too early on. And maybe being the front man coming up to this wasn't the best idea. But the reason that we did have a problem is we didn't have much energy left when it came to the actual sprint itself. Now, we could just simulate it, stick on 70% pace till the last kilometre, but for me, that's not really any fun. That's not Garant, is it? Better to say, I saw Thomas and I was like, oh, what? What's going on there? But no, it's not Garant, so that's absolutely fine. All of our guys still in the peloton. And obviously, it's a catch-22 when it comes to this. You can really put the pace in, and obviously, you know, everybody stays at the same group. Therefore, everybody's got, you know, a good amount of energy. But equally, you can go for it and lose all that energy. So we are going to go for it now with a kilometre to go here. And we can really attack it now with half a kilometre left. There's Van der Poel. Can we beat him as we go to the line? Probably not. But if we just bike throw over the line, that is a very nice 17 points for the points classification for Adam Yates there. And that's not really used too much of our energy either, so not much of a problem. Good stuff, and well worth taking it. There's no sort of breakaway. Bernal got a couple of points as well, so that's all good to see. Good stuff. Now, we've got an interesting one here. This is the first third-class climb, and you can see the peloton are all together again. And I was just thinking, do we maybe perhaps go for this with Egan Bernal? You know, try and get 8 seconds, and it might just help in the long run, but you can see there's absolutely no way through here. We're in the wrong position. But, you know, it might be worth going for, so I don't think it's too much of a risk. Bernal's in a good condition for this stage, and the two after this are completely flat stages, so I don't see much of an issue, although if Bernal's going to go for it, I have a funny feeling some of the favourites might follow us. The frame rate is really poor in this peloton, so hopefully that's something that's going to be resolved. This is obviously one for the punchers, a very short climb, short and fast climb, but we're going to stay with them here, and this is where the climb really finishes, so Just try and get some good gap, and those guys seem to have fallen away a little bit. And we've got half a kilometre to go. Let's see if we can get these points. Might change the outlook of this a little bit, given that Bernal is now in the breakaway. And Bernal is the leader, and we've got 8 seconds, which won't hurt at all. And we can get all that energy back we just exerted, or at least the majority of it, coming down the climb. And, you know, we've got half a chance. I don't think it's a massive one, but, you know, we've managed to gap the peloton a little bit. So, you know, it's going to be riders doing a little bit more work than they might want to. It just changed the dynamics. We push a little bit, but it's not for the worse, if that makes sense. There's nothing silly going on. We just need to make sure that we don't end up being left behind here, ultimately. That's what we want to make sure of. A very quick climb here. We'll just fall back into the peloton. Nobody really who's of any risk, and let somebody else take the singular point there. But I think a good one for Bernal to get. It might help us later on, and it's not really exerted too much energy for us. Perros-Guirec gets that one, and we've got 12 Ks to go before the final climb. And yeah, I think it's going to be a good stage for us today. Nothing special, as I said, and that's really going to be the case for the first couple. Very much sprinter stages to come after this, and as you can see, a few guys starting to go for it now. All of our guys still in the peloton, so that's good news. And I think we'll stay with Bernal until the end today. Let's see. Possibly we might be going with Yates to see where he can end up. But let's just, you know, brace ourselves and try and stay with this group. And remember, of course, we've 10 Ks to go. Now very quickly it'll be 9. We've got a full feed to use, so we're in a good space. So it's all getting a bit twitchy at the front. You can see 2 of the jumbo riders are obviously helping out Roger to try and force the pace. Perros-Guirec's here as well. This is going to be an interesting dynamic. But we're going to stay with Bernal. Again, all of our guys still in this peloton, which has been drawn out a little bit here. Only 74 in the peloton. And that might drop towards the end. I don't know whether we go for this with Yates or with Bernal. I think we will stick with Bernal. Just try and make a bit more ground on what we had earlier. Yeah, that's what everybody will be looking for. We are headed for a group finish, but Yates did finish a little bit above the rest. Not an ideal thing, really, trying to go into the wall there. But we've got a good chance. We've got a good chance. And we'll look to take our feed soon. But we need to take it at the right time, just making sure nobody's really having a problem. Might be time for Dennis to take that feed. But I think apart from that, everybody else is in a good place at the moment. Try and get the guys to be positioned before the final slope. Yep, exactly. And I think we'll get Geraint Thomas to follow attacks. Same for Gegenhardt and same for Yates.
Okay, I'll follow any attack.
But we'll stick with Bernal for the moment. He's our main man. This is going to be a tough climb. Philippe's trying to get out. We can't follow him, so we're going to have to do all the legwork ourselves here. And as you can see, Yates is following that climb, so we just need to be careful of this. Yates is going to use all his energy, so we need some red gel. Gegenhardt and Thomas are looking okay. But Yates might just blow up here, which isn't ideal. But we're going to stay with Bernal. Take some of his red gel now before the end of the race. And a few guys are starting to blow up here, so it's tough because you can't take your feed under a certain over a certain speed, rather. So Kwiatkowski's one we've missed out on, sorry. Ganna, yeah, take your gel, blue gel. I think... Oh, Gegenhardt's falling behind. That's not good news. Just tell Gegenhardt to push it. And see if we can win the stage with Bernal. It's going to be tough, but we're going to have to go now to make the most of it. And you can see it's a pretty good run to the end. Are we going to have enough in the tank? Again, the frame rate quite low for some reason. Just keep going. Perros-Guirec starting to struggle. Over the line now for Bernal. Throw it over the line, and it's 2 stages out of 2 for the Ineos Grenadiers. Brilliant stuff. A few of our guys falling back. Kwiatkowski again. Looks to have a good result. Obviously, those placings are where they were in the general classification last time out rather than today. But it's a stage win for Bernal, a strong stage for Bernal as a whole. Obviously, got that 8 seconds gap courtesy of that good climb. A little bit concerning, this low frame rate at the end of the stage. I don't remember that happening last year particularly. But finishes a good few seconds ahead of Perros-Guirec, who finishes second. So very good stuff there. Be interested to see who's got the yellow jersey after this. I mean, it doesn't really matter who's got it at this stage. But hopefully our guys all finished in there. Bernal takes the yellow jersey. I mean, he gained 18 seconds on most of the field, so not too much of a surprise. Yates leads the points classification. Bernal leads the best climbers. And Bernal is at the head of the young riders as well. So a clean sweep for us this early on. We've just got to make sure we get that at the end. It's not really the most important at the moment. But you can see that all of our guys finished in the top 32. That is good news for us, most certainly. Grant Thomas a little bit lower than I think we would have liked, and Gegenhardt, but no, it's not too bad at all. Really isn't. One guy in the first place, obviously, and 4 of them in the top 20. I think we'll definitely take that at the end of the day. So if we look at the general classification, Bernal leads by 3 seconds to Adam Yates, but it might be all important at the end. You know, if you look at Roglic, he's 25 seconds back. And if we can keep that sort of cushion from Bernal to Roglic, you know, he's probably the other favourite really for this. Maybe Philippe Fuglsang as well. If you look at the mountains classification, not really much going on there. Only 4 points the top at the moment. But Adam Yates is having a good time in the points classification, obviously because Bernal got the 20 points at the end of the stage there as well. He's got 28 points. Bernal, courtesy of his yellow jersey, has also got the white jersey. And we lead the team classification. So a very good start, I think, to our Tour de France adventure. And that will continue in tomorrow's episode. Until the end of this week, it's Friday today as I release this. Unless we do release it on Thursday. I've not quite decided yet. But until the end of the week, which obviously is Sunday, we'll be releasing one of these a day at 1 PM. That's going to be the time slot for these videos. And then from next week onwards, I'll do it every other day. So from Tuesday onwards. Again in the 1 PM slot. But 2 flat stages to come in tomorrow's episode. I've grouped them together because there's not really going to be too much going on. It's very much a sprinter's day. 2 small climbs with 2 sprints. And the same goes for the 4th stage. So a good start for us. 2 of our guys in the top 2. Bernal winning today's stage. Yates winning yesterday's stage. And a good day as well in the points classification. So if you enjoyed that, folks, make sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Comment your thoughts as well. If you've got any tips and tricks, that's always appreciated from my side. And also remember to subscribe for regular Tour de France 2021 content, at least for the next couple of weeks. There might be scope for more if you guys enjoy this, but at least for the next couple of weeks. Thank you for your company today. I've been TIJ Gaming, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye for now.